I honestly cannot understand how the Cleveland Browns have handled this entire situation, because we always talk about accountability, how every single day should be treated as an evaluation day, how coaches, players, general managers, and ownership all have responsibilities to make rational, informed, and consistent decisions, and yet week after week, we see a complete breakdown in leadership and decision-making that has only compounded the problems, leaving players confused, fans frustrated, and the organization itself in chaos. And while we constantly hear about holding people accountable, it seems as though accountability stops at the player level and rarely reaches the coaching staff, general managers, or ownership, which is why what is happening with Shedeur Sanders is so glaringly obvious and frustrating. Because here is a young quarterback who has risen from extremely difficult circumstances, who has shown resilience, talent, and leadership on the field, who has put the team in positions to win, and has given Cleveland fans a glimmer of hope that they have not seen at the quarterback position in recent years. And yet, despite all of this, the organization has repeatedly undermined him, mismanaged situations, and made decisions that actively hinder his ability to succeed. Most notably by removing him from critical moments and putting the ball in a running back's hands in a must-have-it situation, a decision that might have been forgivable in week 1 or even week 2. But by week 3, after having had ample time to install two-point conversion plays, situational practice, and other crucial game preparations, such a move is completely indefensible, counterproductive, and demoralizing. Because instead of properly evaluating their quarterback in real game situations, instead of giving him the opportunity to lead, to learn, and to grow, the coaching staff has created a situation where even a player performing at the highest level is removed at a pivotal moment, sending a clear message to him, to the rest of the team, and to fans that leadership is inconsistent, illogical, and unwilling to make the tough but necessary calls. And this is symptomatic of a much larger problem in Cleveland, where poor decision-making, self-inflicted mistakes, lack of accountability, and mismanagement at the highest levels have created an environment in which players are asked to perform under pressure, but without the proper support, guidance, or consistency that they deserve. And while fans see the talent, the energy, and the potential, they also see the repeated mistakes, the questionable coaching decisions, and the organizational chaos that prevents the team from realizing its potential. And accountability cannot be limited to players alone, because if coaches, general managers, and ownership are not held responsible for their mistakes, then the system fails. And right now the Browns are demonstrating the consequences of this failure. Poor decisions, unnecessary distractions, and repeated mismanagement are leaving players like Shedeur in difficult, almost impossible situations. And this is not just about winning or losing a game. It's about creating a culture where players can perform to their potential, where decisions are made logically, consistently, and in the team's best interest, and leadership must recognize that it is their job to develop talent, to give players the opportunity to succeed, and to take responsibility for their decisions. And if the head coach cannot put the team in the best position to win or evaluate talent effectively, then serious consequences are necessary. Because Shedeur Sanders' situation highlights a broader systemic problem: self-inflicted mistakes, poor decision-making, and lack of accountability at every level, where players are being asked to perform in situations that are stacked against them, forced to deal with the fallout of leadership's poor decisions, and punished for circumstances outside of their control. And this is unfair, unprofessional, and a recipe for continued failure, because it is not just a single play or a single decision. It is a repeated pattern of mistakes and mismanagement that plagues the organization, where even promising seasons are derailed, where players are forced to navigate chaos rather than perform with clarity, and where fans are left questioning not only the plays on the field but the competence and decision-making of those in charge. Because Shedeur Sanders is performing at a level that gives hope, resilience, and real opportunity for wins, yet leadership continues to make decisions that prevent the team from building momentum or achieving success. And these mistakes are systemic, preventable, and recurring. And every week the same issues emerge: poor play calling, questionable personnel decisions, inconsistent messaging, and a lack of strategic planning, leaving players frustrated, fans confused, and the team struggling. Because it's not enough to have talent on the roster, leadership, accountability, and proper decision-making are critical to turning that talent into results. And until these systemic issues are addressed, the team will continue to repeat the same mistakes season after season, undermining players, disappointing fans, and preventing the team from achieving its true potential. And Shedeur Sanders' situation should serve as a wake-up call, because talent alone cannot carry a team if leadership is unwilling or unable to make the right decisions. Players need consistency, guidance, and fair evaluation. Coaches need to put players in situations where they can demonstrate their abilities without fear of being undermined, and leadership needs to hold itself accountable for its actions, making decisions that prioritize long-term success rather than short-term convenience or optics. And the Browns' repeated failures in this area are not just frustrating, they are harmful to player development, team morale, and fan confidence. And until these systemic issues are addressed, the organization will continue to stumble. Players like Shedeur Sanders will continue to be put in untenable situations, and fans who have long suffered through disappointment will be unable to trust that the team is capable of success. Because until leadership is held accountable, until decisions are logical and consistent, and until talent is nurtured rather than undermined, nothing will change, and the Browns will continue to pay the price for repeated, avoidable mistakes week after week, season after season, demonstrating that accountability, leadership, and effective management are essential to turning potential into real results.